Good evening and welcome once again to another edition of Matinee Basketball from Banks High School as the Braves get ready to host the number one Westside Christian Eagles of Tigard, looking for the upset despite coming in with a record of just 2 wins and 7 losses, only three. Actually, this being their third home contest of the season. One more non-league contest coming up in a couple of weeks, a remake or a rescheduled contest against Tillamook that was originally scheduled for mid-December but canceled due to road conditions and weather issues on Highway 6 between Tillamook and Banks. Good afternoon. I'm voice of the Banks Braves, Trevor Beard. JV basketball just getting ready to wrap up. 3:48 left. Banks with a 54-41 lead over Westside Christian. Banks at the line shooting free throws. (55-41) after two made free throws for the Braves to extend the lead. JV contest may not get over until almost 1 o'clock, so we may have a 15-minute delay in the start of the varsity contest. Girls are at Staten at 2:30, looking for the upset of the number one ranked 4A Eagles. Don't want to get too in depth to the pregame as of yet, with still 3.5 minutes left to go before the start of varsity warm-ups. Two more free throws again for the Braves, 1 of 2 at the line. Westside Christian with a rebound, 56-41 JV lead. Three from the right wing for Westside Christian is no good. Braves the rebound, 3 minutes left. That should just about do it. Not have JV rosters, no rosters printed, no tickets being taken. Today's game with the school still not quite set to return until Monday. A lot of construction going on around Banks High School after a recent bond measure that passed. Main restrooms are closed off. And the old half-moon shaped gym nicknamed the Barn, is getting ready to be torn down soon, as well as the original school that until recently has housed the district offices. Under 2 minutes left. Braves for three. Bank rimming out no. Westside Christian drives the other way for the length of the floor. Reverse flip layup. Timeout Banks. 1:32 left. 12-point lead for Banks JV. 56-44 over Westside Christian. Still waiting for the completion of the JV contest. We really start to get into the pregame. And ready to resume the final 92 seconds of the JV contest between Westside Christian and Banks. Braves will inbound underneath following their timeout. Put back following the miss off the inbound is good for Banks, 58-44, under 90 seconds. Braves will inbound three-quarter coordinator side in front of the Eagles bench. No shot clock in JV basketball. Banks JV may just take the final 1 minute and 11 seconds on the final possession until that turnover. Nearly got the ball back in midcourt and will take it away. Free throw line opposite side, but then it's stolen back by the Eagles. Finish at the rim, 58-46, final 20 seconds. Baseball pass, 3/4 of the court, and that will do it. Final score, Banks JV with the 58-44 victory over Westside Christian. And half-court shot. Banks just playing around, gave the ball back to Westside Christian. And the heave from half-court is good, and that will count, 58-47. Wouldn't say it's the most sportsmanship-like thing to do, but why does it say 49? It was 44. He made the three from half court. It should only be 47. Apparently an issue with the score earlier in the game. They add 5 points to the Westside Christian total despite making a 3 at half court. It should have only have been 3 points added. So the official score for the JV contest, Banks 58, Westside Christian 49. Again, welcome to Banks High School Athletics. This afternoon, the Banks Braves boys getting ready to host the Westside Christian Eagles. Number 1 in 3A boys basketball coming in with a record of 7-2. Banks boys just 2-7 on the season. Banks boys 2-7. They won their opener at Seaside 58-47 and lost and won their last contest over Westwood in their Phoenix tournament over the Christmas break, 69-54. They will have one more non-league contest after today when they host Tillamook on January 19th, a makeup game from earlier in December that was canceled by Tillamook due to weather and road conditions. Westside Christian after today will, I believe, open league play at Catlin Gable on Tuesday. Banks will open league play Wednesday at Rainier and Friday at Corbett before the home opener on January 13th against Yamhill Carleton. We'll take a 2-minute break and get you a full look at the boys' schedule when we come back. Banks looking for the upset as they host 3A number 1, Westside Christian on Westside's Greatest Hits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Jason? Let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How is it good?
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Sorry about that, and we're back. As you see on your screen, a look at the Banks boys basketball schedule for this season, 2025-26. Again, as we mentioned, a 58-47 season opening victory at 4A Seaside. The Braves have been in a lot of close games this year and could very easily be 5-4 instead of 2-7. Really only 2 blowouts, and that came at Valley Catholic back on Monday, December 15th, and 23-point loss in Arizona. But you look at the Astoria loss by 4 and the Scappoose loss by 4, and both those games, Banks as well as the Scappoose contest, Astoria and Scappoose, Banks really had chances late to win those games, but turnovers late and missed free throws with a young squad, a couple of freshmen in the starting lineup, really hurt them, kind of just self-inflicted mistakes down the stretch. But despite their 2-7 record, Banks and their league for boys basketball, the Coastal Range League, has pretty much undoubtedly been the worst in 3A boys basketball, and despite that is still guaranteed 3 teams to advance to the 20-team state playoff. I would not expect one of the 3 at-large teams to come out of the Coastal Range League representing OSAA or the state of Oregon's Northwest 3A region, but really only 2 teams that are really even in the top 20 from the Coastal Range League, and that's Neocony and Warrenton. And it might be a battle between Yamhill, Carleton, and Banks for that 4th seed. Corbett, Riverdale winless. Corbett and Rainier having a tough time this year for boys basketball, as is usually the case over the last couple of years for boys basketball and the Coastal Range League. On the flip side, Banks' opponent this afternoon, Westside Christian, 7-2, members of the Lewis and Clark League. Lewis and Clark League is a non-football league. It's comprised entirely of private schools, mainly parochial or religious schools in the Portland area, mainly Southwest Portland and Beaverton. And 3, if not 4, of those teams from last year advanced all the way to the state quarterfinals held in Marshfield and North Bend on the South Coast last March, and will continue to do so. Westside Christian, the defending state champs, again, members of the Lewis and Clark League. Undoubtedly, I would say almost as sure as I am that the Coastal Range League is one of the worst in 3A boys basketball. Lewis and Clark League is undoubtedly the best in 3A boys basketball. We'll take another 1-minute break and take a look at the girls' schedule. Girls are on the road this afternoon at Staten. Not quite of a hot start as they had last season when they advanced all the way to the state championship, but still likely to be a playoff team again this season. We'll look at the girls' side when we come back.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
For more than 45 years, Housemaster has been offering residential and commercial inspection services with more than 200 locations across the U.S. and Canada. We've helped more than 3.5 million buyers and sellers make important real estate decisions. Housemaster of Southwest Portland helps local residents make the right choice when purchasing a residential or commercial property. Call Housemaster of Southwest Portland, 971-245-2500, or visit their website, housemaster.com/southwest-Portland.
Transaction Transmission in the heart of Banks specializes in transmission repair, but they service all types of vehicle repairs and makes and models. 5-star reviews and quality workmanship you can trust. Owner Joey Tardio doesn't just repair vehicles, he eats, sleeps, and breathes all things auto-related as an auto racer March through October. Trust your vehicle to Transaction Transmission at the end of Sunset Avenue in the heart of Banks. Call 503-359-9141. And we're back as you see the girls basketball schedule on your screen. Banks girls opened with a pretty dominating performance. 52-14 win at Willamina, and then a 49-20 victory at home the following day, back the first Saturday of December over Astoria, 49-20. Then a bit of a rough patch. The home and home with Jefferson having to go on the road this season to a playoff team from last year, and likely a playoff team once again. The Jefferson Lady Lions, just north of Albany, between Albany and Salem. A 45-43 loss, and then a loss, a very close contest to number 2 of 4A, Seaside Seagulls, 31-26. Blew out Valley Catholic, which at that time was number 1 in 3A, 46-25. A win at home over Scappoose, a team ranked in the teens for 4A girls basketball, 47-21. And then a very tough competitive tournament in San Diego, a 36-32 loss to Lincoln of California over the Christmas break. Lost to Denton Geyer of Texas, Denton, a city in Texas, 63-44. And a victory closing out the tournament in San Diego about a week ago with a 69-25 victory over Logan Memorial of California. Again, the Banks Lady Braves. 5-4 on the season at 4A number 1 Staten this afternoon. That is a 2:30 tip. And again, for league, boys and girls identical schedules. I know a lot of times you'll see leagues have, when one team is on the road for boys, the other team, the girls, are at home, and vice versa. Coastal Range prefers to have all teams play in the same location on every scheduled date. And Banks boys and girls, again, will open league play at Rainier on Wednesday. We're going to step away for just a moment as we get ready for public address duties as well. This is Banks Braves basketball on Westside's GreatestHits.com and Westside Mobile Media. We'll be back with the tip in just a moment. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's OSAA 3A boys basketball matchup between the number 1 Westside Christian Eagles of Tigard and today's home team, your Banks Braves. The OSAA requests that you help create an environment of safety and tolerance, acceptance, and respect. We call it being a star. Show your enthusiasm, show your spirit, and show respect as well, and that includes showing respect to this afternoon's officials. Show our students a supportive atmosphere in which they can be their best, and they might just show you greatness. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Westside Christian Eagles. Number 1, junior Quentin Jamay. Number 3, senior Cade Hartenstein. Number 10, senior Josh Husky. Number 20, senior Andon Augustus. And number 22, senior Cole Chong. The Eagles are coached by Mark Howell, assisted by Drew Coleman, Chris Troutman, and Grant Hartenstein. And for the Braves, starting the lineup, number 1, a 5'7" freshman, Jalen Janusek. Number 2, 6'3" freshman, Ryder Powell. Number 10, freshman Mason. Number 12, 5'10" senior Garrett Martin. And number 22, 6'4" junior Fisher King. The Braves are coached by Patrick Marlia, assisted by Sam Schifferdecker, Jonathan and Randy Rice. Kalen Villerin. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for today's national anthem. And we're set for the opening tip between the Banks Braves and the Westside Christian Eagles of Tigard. Westside Christian black uniforms, white numerals with gray trim. Westside in white lettering above the numerals on the front, white numerals on the back with gray trim. Banks in their home white uniforms, Braves in navy blue lettering with Vegas gold trim. Navy blue numerals with Vegas gold trim on the front and back. Braves win the tip moving right to left. Janusek across midcourt. Banks High School gym runs east and west. Ryder Powell, talented freshman. Drives left to the key. Mason King, a one-handed jump shot. Left high post is good. Mason King puts the Braves up early, 2-0. Westside Christian back with the basketball. Moving left to right. Left wing to Jamay. Jamay drives left baseline corner around the perimeter, top to Augustus. Right wing to Cole Chong, drives inside. Gets the kind bounce as he cuts across center of the key. Left side just above the left low block, tied at 2. First 2 for Cole Chong. Foul, right baseline corner, give and go to Fisher King. Can't get the layup pass, rebound tipped by Fisher, but controlled by Westside Christian. Back the other way, running it all the way to the basket is good again from Chong, and he has all 4 of the points early for Westside Christian. Back the other way, Fisher King, jumper center of the key, cans it. Fisher King ties the game at 4. Chong will run the offense for the Eagles. Right wing against Janicek. Gets the screen, gets bumped at the free throw line, no foul. Left wing over to Hartenstein. 3 from Jamay is good. Westside Christian retakes the lead at 7-4. Powell cut off, way out on top far side. Jumper Mason King right baseline, in and out, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound his younger brother Fisher short, and the rebound to Jamay. Back the other way, Eagles come quickly. Pull up right wing, now drive center of the key, kick it over to Kate Hartenstein, left baseline corner, and we're going to have a turnover for Westside Christian. Maybe I think we're going to have an offensive foul against the Eagles. No? The turnover on the end line. Janisic drives, left side top of the circle, tried to feed Fisher King high post, taken away by Augustus. He drives all the way to the basket. No, but a foul called on Janisic. First harm committed by either side, and at the free throw line to shoot 2 will be Andon Augustus. First free throw for Andon Augustus is good. Augustus hits a pair, 9-4. Favor of Westside Christian. Powell wide open to Janisic, baseline corner, left side, no, too hard. Rebound, Jared Martin. Back out to Powell. Martin wide open, top of the circle 3. That's off to the left, no good. Rebound to Janisic, finds Fisher King all alone underneath left side. Lays it up and in. 9-6 Braves back within a possession. Eagles back into the front court. Right wing to Jamay. Jamay against Martin. Fake screen, but doesn't seem to bother Martin. Chong, left side. Pull up won't take the 3. Chong, this time Cade Hartenstein for 3, and we're gonna have a foul on Banks on the rebound, so luckily it will not be a 4-point opportunity for Westside Christian, but a foul will go against Fisher King. Second team foul against Banks. But Westside Christian will have a chance, and they do make it a 6-point possession actually, with the inbound off the foul on the rebound. 30-second timeout Banks. Jamay with another 3. in favor of Westside Christian. Four and a half minutes left, first quarter. I would honestly be surprised if Banks could keep this under 20. Powell behind the back, drives left to the key, fadeaway left baseline. Horrible looking shot. The rebound though to Nate Lyda now in the game. Out to Martin, right baseline drives. Throws up a wild shot off the back rim, no. Rebound to Hartenstein. And back the other way, no. Hartenstein fouled underneath. And he's going to head to the line to shoot two. Foul will be on Jared Martin, his first third team foul. And we're not even halfway through the opening quarter. It's the kind bounce off the front of the rim on the first. High bounce, no. Rebound, though, to Westside Christian. Three is good from Jamay. He already has 10 at 19-6. And I think we're going to have offensive foul this time on Westside Christian. No, it's going to be another foul on Fisher King. And again, a chance for another 6-point possession for Westside Christian, and Pat Marlia asking for an explanation. That's the second time after a made basket that Westside Christian has had an additional opportunity on a foul as the ball's going through the basket. Fisher King now heads to the bench with 2 fouls. And John gets it back underneath, can't go up. Pass tipped, nearly stolen, but gets it out to Augustus. Chong drives left baseline, left to the key, back to Augustus for 3. Short. Rebound to Ryder Powell. Side to Mason King, turns at the basket, almost got the ball wedged between the rim and the backboard, and it's going to go out of bounds off the loose ball rebound. Back to Banks, 3:21 left, first quarter. Jump ball out near midcourt. Martin gets plowed over, back the other way. The two-hand stuff for Hartenstein is good. 21-6, Westside Christian. Stolen by the Eagles. Again, Hartenstein the other way. And a loose ball foul on Chase Tabb. And Hartenstein takes offense to that. And hopefully cooler heads will prevail. Hard foul on Chase Tabb, just trying to prevent him from getting the easy layup, and Hartenstein at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is well short. In for the Braves, replacing Martin, number 3, C.J. Geary. Second free throw also no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled, loose. Able to go back up with it, but unable to score. Josh Husky, Braves with the basketball. Westside Christian has ramped up the defense. Tabb back out to Powell. Left wing 3, partially tipped. I think it's going to go off the foot. Yeah, off the foot out of bounds of Husky, or off of Jamay. 2:39 left in the opening quarter, 21-6. Westside Christian. The inbound to Mason King. Tap. Corner three from Powell. Blocked again. Rebound to Husky. Augustus pushes all the way to the basket. Layup no, but a foul call. That's a second on Chase Tab. Now Janicek will check back in. Braves will have to go small with Tab likely to come out with 2 fouls. Second free throw for Augustus is good. 22-6. All Eagles early. Powell. It's a screen for Mason King, but can't really do much with it. Too far away from the basket. And Gary's going to get called for a travel. It's going to be a long day for the Braves if they've had more turnovers than points in just the first 6 minutes of the game. Chong brings the ball right side against Lyda. Left-hand dribble, and we're going to have an offensive foul. That will be on Hartenstein. Under 2 minutes opening quarter, 22-6. Top-ranked Eagles leading at Banks. Foul, slow dribble between the legs into the front court, picks up the dribble. Lyda comes to get it on the cross-court pass near side. Three from Geary, again short, nearly got it wedged. Rebound Lyda, no. Mason King goes back up, no. Off to the left, Lyda tries to go back up, has it taken away by Chong, but we're going to have a held ball, and possession will stay with Westside Christian, who initially came down with the rebound. Chong with slow dribble into the front court. Left-hand drive, baseline. Jemay for three, in and out, no good. Rebound Mason King. Quickly, Braves want to push. Gary drives inside. Gets the layup, and that's the first bucket for Banks in quite some time. 22-8 coming up on the final minute of the quarter. Jemay, left baseline corner three, won't take it. Augustus drives inside. Over to Husky. Hartenstein. The baseline corner will work its way back up around the perimeter, top of the circle, drives, kicks it out to Hartenstein or Jemay. Hartenstein on the pass. Augustus, jumper left, right of the key, no, and the Banks Braves with the rebound, trailing 22-8. And Husky rips it away and comes up with another steal. Back the other way. Chong drives inside, double team, fade away, connects. 24-8. And we're going to have a end line violation against CJ Geary. Maybe pressure playing a number one team, hoping for the upset, getting to the Braves. Already down 16, 22 seconds to go in the first period. Head fake on the drive from Mehmet Lee, now in the game, in and out, no good. Right high post jumper, rebound to Lyda. Janicek drives high post into the corner, CJ Geary for three. No, we're going to get a loose ball foul on Lyda, and we're going to head the other way as Chong hits the deck. 8 seconds to go in the quarter, 24-8, Westside Christian. And once again, Cole Chong at the line to shoot two. Rims in the first. connects on a pair, 26-8, Westside Christian. Definitely a David and Goliath matchup this afternoon. Janicek into the front court. 2-1. Powell from three-quarter court left it just short. It was on track, but just grazed the front of the net. It's all Eagles after one. Westside Christian 26. Banks 8. We'll take a 30-second break and be back with the second quarter after this from LaHaye.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahays.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back as we get ready to start the second quarter. Westside Christian a 26-8 lead. Banks will inbound. Janicek gets it from Powell. Right-hand drive, hands to Martin. We have right side, top of the circle. Geary, near side. Brings the ball to Powell on the drive. Powell left wing. Turns. High off the left of the rim, no. Geary comes racing in for the rebound, and we're going to have a loose ball foul on the floor against Westside Christian, despite foul's going to be on Emmett Lee. Side Christian player hit the deck on the rebound. And another turnover off the inbound from Banks. Chong against Janicek. Way out on top left side. Husky hits the deck. No foul. Chong left baseline jumper, no. Rebound to Banks. Mason King picks up the dribble, gets it to Martin front court. Geary drives left baseline. Has a stripped away stolen. Chong spins into the backcourt, gets it to Palomaru now in the game. Jonty Palomaru. Chong, Husky. On top backdoor to Palomaru, back to Husky, nice give and go. Foul underneath, he goes sliding across the end line into the wall on the west end of the court, and a loose ball foul on the Braves. Be the second on Jared Martin. First free throw from Husky is good. Husky gets a pair at the line, 28-8. Eagles a 20-point lead. Janicek, right wing, drives all the way to the basket, left low block. Powell brings the ball on top, right-hand dribble. Hands to Martin coming around a curl. Gets a screen from Powell, won't use it, and has the ball taken away. Chong with the steal, right-hand dribble all the way to the basket, lifts it up to Hardenstein, and it's good. Timeout, Banks, full timeout. Westside Christian 30, Banks 8. Early second quarter, 6:33 to go in the first half. We'll take a 30-second break. It's all Westside Christian. We'll be back in a moment.
Dear moms and dads, what you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
You know it's true.
Mom, we love you always.
Everything I do,
when you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
And we're back, 6:33 to go in the first half. Banks really struggling to keep pace with Westside Christian, down 22, 30-8. Stolen by Hardenstein. Back the other way, bump, no foul, blocked out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Eagles. Martin will check back in with 2 fouls. Josh Husky will exit the game. Inside at the rim underneath it, good for Palomaru, 32-8. Martin tries to drive against Chong, backs him up but can't go. Too deep with the drive. Mason King bumped. Gets it to Fisher, right low block. Fade away, bounce, no. Rebound, Lyda, can't go up, double teamed. They have gotten away with the travel, no. Put back, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Martin. Martin gives him an Atticid as Augustus hits the deck, no foul, but ball will go out of bounds back to the Eagles. Chong, slow dribble into the front court against Janicek, right wing to Palomaru. Palomaru brings the ball top of the circle to Augustus. Chong left wing on top to Lee. Around the perimeter, low baseline, left baseline to Augustus. No, but a loose ball foul on Janicek. That's his second. Chong can't get it in. We have a 5-second count. And there's something positive for the Braves to hang their hat on. If nothing else, despite the turnovers and the lack of offensive opportunities, with just 8 points with 5 minutes to go in the first half, they do force Westside Christian to commit a 5-second violation on the inbound. Janicek to Fisher King. Janicek sets a screen. Finds Janicek off the feet from Fisher, has a shot blocked, goes back up, no. Bounces around the rim and won't go down. Rebound to the Eagles. Hartenstein drives, got away with the carry on a maybe just a wide step through. Augustus for 3, left side top of the circle is an air ball, and the rebound to Jared Martin. Braves need to push every opportunity they have. They not going to get too many looks in the open in the half court. Ball loose off the rebound. Janicek there for the putback, no. And the rebound to Hartenstein right underneath the basket. Nearly lost it on the end line. To Chong, drives, pull up free throw line, jumper bounces around just in front of the free throw line. Good, 34-8. Braves still have not scored in the second quarter. Martin, free throw line, pulls up, finds Lyda, right baseline. Leaves it for Martin, drives right baseline, hangs, knocks the defender down, no foul either way. Does get the layup though. First 2 for Banks in the second quarter, 34-10. 5 different players have scored for Banks, balance, but Those 5 players, each with only 1 basket. 3 from Hartenstein, no, with a rebound to Augustus. Augustus drives center of the key, kicks it out. 3 is good from Emmett Lee. 37-10. Janasek, front court, trying to get the ball to Martin. Drives right wing, and we're going to have an offensive foul on Jared Martin. And that will be his 3rd personal foul. Great football player with Division I talent, but basketball, kind of a different story. Great athlete, but sometimes kind of uses that football size and mentality on the court when it comes to basketball, and kind of drives in sometimes like a bull in a china shop. And don't want to argue the call. Definitely kind of forced his way inside, knocking down the defender. May have been a little bit out of control, but Jared Martin does have issues with foul trouble on the court. Pass off the inbound, tipped, and tipped by Emmett Lee, but right to the Braves. Tab in the backcourt. Janasek, under 3 minutes first half. Ryder Powell inside to Fisher King. Turns, double teamed, in and out, no. Gets his own rebound. He had fake, no, but a foul call. That will be on Emmett Lee, just the 2nd team foul on the Eagles in the quarter. 2:40 left for the first half. 37-10. Braves sizable deficit in the first half. First free throw is good. Connects on a pair, 4 for Fisher King to lead all Braves. Or actually 6 for Fisher King. Mason King and Jared Martin each with 2 as well. Wide open left corner, a little too long from Lee, but the long rebound out to Hartenstein. Drives against Fisher, and we're going to have a held ball. Nice job by Chase Tabb to get in there along with Fisher to try to rip it away, but possession will stay with the Eagles. 2:20 to go in the first half with a 25-point lead. Hartenstein into the corner, right side. 3 is good from Jameh. 40-12. Back the other way. Mason King pull up right baseline jumper, no. Rebound. Back to Banks. So Mason King got away with a bump in the back as Westside Christian was trying to take control of the rebound. Braves lucky to hold on to the possession and get a new shot clock. Out near midcourt to Janasek, right side. Right hand drive. Inside to Mason King, turnaround jumper. Right low block, gets the kind to bank. He has 4, 40-14. Westside Christian with the basketball, under 2 minutes for the half. Driving inside, Augustus gets the reverse underneath the basket, and a foul called. Foul's going to be on Ryder Powell, his first. I believe every Brave, except for Ryder Powell, that has been in this game, has at least 2 fouls other than Ryder Powell. The only exception might be Janasek, and Augustus completes the 3-point play, and we're going to have another whistle and another foul on a made basket. It's on Fisher King. Lasky hits the floor. And Westside Christian's going to go back to the line to shoot 2 as the Eagles are now in the double bonus with 91 seconds remaining in the first half. And it's not a made basket. It is after the made basket, so it will still be 2 shots. Husky made the first. It is no longer a 1-and-1 or bonus. It is a double bonus anyway. Automatically a 2-shot foul. 45-14. 2 free throws from Josh Husky. Tab picks up the dribble. Gets it to Lyda. Lyda drives, lost the handle. Had it knocked away, gets it to Janicek. Gets it back. Drives left of the key. Double, triple team. Mason King got away with the travel. Tried to force it up. May have been partially blocked. Ball tipped around right to Lyda. Has it knocked away out of bounds. $11 on the shot clock. 45-14. Powell to inbound. Left side underneath. Tap to Lyda. Janicek around the perimeter to Ryder Powell. Inside to Mason King. Turn around at the basket. Long. Rebound tipped. Lyda able to snag it. Out to Tab for 3. Long. Rebound controlled by Hardenstein. Under a minute. Jamais. Pass nearly stolen by Ryder Powell. Chong drives. Left high post. Into the corner. Jamais for 3. Too long. And Huskies fall onto the floor every time. There's a missed shot. And that's going to be the first foul on Mason King. Marlia giving an earful to one of the officials. To hear the official saying, okay, I understand, and trying to be as neutral in the discussion as possible without letting it get heated. And the rebound to Ryder Powell, and amazingly enough, no foul after a made Westside Christian basket. Banks a little bit out of control, though, offensively. Under 30 seconds, shot clock is off, and Westside Christian will hold for the final shot of the half. Chong gets a screen from Jamais. Husky around the perimeter to Chong, to Augustus. Left side, under 10. Chong against Janicek. Spins, free throw line jumper. Short, no. Ryder Powell. Ooh. Just left a little bit short from three-quarter court. The shot Powell had at the end of the first quarter was not from three-quarter court, but from quarter court. And at halftime, it's all Westside Christian, as they extend an 18-point lead after 1 to 32 at the half, up 46-14, outscoring the Braves 20-6 in the second quarter to take a 32-point lead at the break. Take a 2-minute break and get you a look at the schedule for other games around the state for 3A boys and girls basketball. Fisher King leading the Braves with 6 at the half. Kind of lost track of Westside Christian, who has just been dominating this contest pretty much start to finish. All Eagles 46-14. We'll be back after this 2-minute break.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
I'm Terry the Termite. My bug friends and I are scared for our lives because bugging out pest solutions can kill us in our tracks. Locally owned and operated with more than a decade of experience, they also offer wildlife and rodent control as well. If you want to help to send me to that great big delicious 2x4 in the sky, contact Bugging Out Pest Solutions 971-500-4111, email services at buggingoutpest.com or visit buggingoutpest.com.
Whether it's a steaming hot old-fashioned cup of joe or hot chocolate on a cold winter day, or an ice-cold Italian soda or iced coffee on a hot summer day, anytime is a great time to stop by Scoggins Creek Coffee. With 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton, their warm and friendly baristas will get you the delicious drink of your choice. Scoggins Creek Coffee, call 503-985-3483, 503-985-3483.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back at halftime, 46-14, all Westside Christian, number 1 team in the state, showing it this afternoon as the 3A number 1 Westside Christian Eagles of Tigard never really struggled in this game early. 46-14, led 26-8 after 1, outscored the Braves also in the second 20-6 for the 32-point lead at the half. Fisher King leading the Braves with 6, but kind of lost track of scoring for Westside Christian. They have been so dominating in this contest, and the defending state champs look to be in the same, continue that same level of talent, despite a new head coach this year with David Hendry heading to Arizona, taking over a new program down in the desert. OSAA 3A boys basketball, other contests going on around the state this afternoon or this evening. Toledo 2A is at Neoconi. Illinois Valley is at, it says at Horizon Christian, but that's a neutral site game being played at Oak Ridge. Valley Catholic is at Western Christian of West Salem, formerly known as Western Mennonite. 1A Glendale is at Rogue River, although Rogue River has really struggled to be competitive at the 3A level, and I'm pretty sure they're dropping down to 2A to join the Southern Cascade League next season. Bonanza is at Lapine. One final from the Bandon tournament. South Umpqua over Coquille, 73-47. Umatilla all over Colton at the Salem Academy tournament, 81-56. Other games going on or no finals reported. Umpqua Valley Christian taking on Brookings in the Bandon tournament. 3:30 contest at the Bandon Dunes Invitational. Siuslaw Florence taking on the host Bandon Tigers. And at 7, Del Norte of California, which is Crescent City, taking on Elmira. The other game in the black portion of the Salem Academy Crusader Classic, Dayton and Amity, a big rivalry match for those two teams. The green portion of the tournament, 2A Eastland Christian of Lebanon, a perennial favorite, taking on Nissa. Stanfield battling host Salem Academy, and Blanchette Catholic of Northeast Salem, kind of the Lancaster area of Salem, taking on Vale. Sales Christmas Tournament, that's eastern side of the state. McLaughlin of Milton Freewater battling Moses Lake of Washington. Harrisburg Tournament, Riverside of Westland, Wilsonville, one of the newest schools in the state, battling Kennedy of Mount Angel and Douglas of Winston, taking on Harrisburg. Ed Van Loon's Trojans currently ranked 9th in the latest 3A poll. Girls finals, Sayusla over South Umpqua at the Bandon Tournament, 39-31. Corbett does manage to reach double digits, but still falls hard to 1A Trinity Lutheran of Klamath Falls. They're moving up to 2A next year. Trinity Lutheran 63, Corbett 14. Nissa over Umatilla 60-54. Both those games in the black portion of the Salem Academy tournament bracket. Dayton will take on the host team, Salem Academy, and at 6, Cascade Christian of Medford battling Eastland Christian. 6:30 game in the green bracket of the Crusader Classic at Salem Academy. Amity taking on Vale. That should be probably the contest of the year, at least up to this point, with 1 battling 2, and 2 being the defending state champs, Vale, the current #1 team in 3A girls basketball. Banks just a couple of spots outside the top 10 at number 12, despite a record just 1 game over 500 at 5-4. Again, McLaughlin at the DeSales Christmas Tournament, actually in DeSales, Washington. I thought that was a Eastern Oregon tournament. DeSales is in Eastern Washington, though. Harrisburg Tournament, Douglas battling Blanchette, and Kennedy taking on Harrisburg. Finals from yesterday from 3A girls basketball. We're going to skip that for now as we're ready to start the third quarter. Westside Christian, a 32-point lead, 46-14, starting the third quarter. Fisher King will inbound to Janicek. Braves now moving left to right to open the second half. Fisher King holds high post free throw line, gives it to his brother Mason. Spin move, underhand, bounce, no. Rebound tip to Martin, tries to go back up, is stripped. And has got to be careful, tries to come down with the rebound, bumped Hartenstein, but no foul call. Martin already has 3. To the corner, Chong wide open right baseline corner, won't take the 3, drives baseline. Double team, trips over the ball, and we're going to get a timeout, Westside Christian. 30-second timeout, Eagles, 7:31 to go in the third quarter, just underway. In the second half, we'll take a 30-second break and return after this. O'Leary Air.
O'Leary Air is proudly offering Dakin Comfort Pro HVAC products. They've been serving the West Side and Greater Portland Metro since 2015. They pride themselves in getting the job done right, backed by a legacy of integrity, respect, and honesty. O'Leary Air offers competitive pricing on all their work. Give them a call today at 503-989-5251. That's 503-989-5251. Online at o'learyair.com. CCB number 239855.
Chong the inbound following the Eagles' 30-second timeout. Jamay gets it back from Augustus. Hartenstein To Augustus left corner. Chong right baseline. Just trying to work some clock around the perimeter. Back out to Jamae, and they're going to force a shot clock violation from the Eagles. So a 30-plus point lead for the visitors, and we're now in a running clock situation. Martin off the inbound from Powell. Swings it to Mason King, right baseline corner to Fisher. Almost too high for Janicek. Has to leap high into the air to save it. Left baseline corner inside to Fisher. Got away with the travel. No, gets his own rebound to Janicek. Too far underneath. Catches the bottom lip of the rim and back the other way. Layup is good from Hartenstein. 48-14. And no, we're not playing football. Westside Christian does not have a football program, but a football score. Fisher King not playing smartly already with 3 fouls. Tries to rip the ball away from Husky. And grab the arm trying to rip the ball away. And that's his 4th. John will inbound next to the Braves bench. Westside School colors are red, white, and black, but their uniforms resemble something you might expect the Raiders to wear if they were a high school basketball team. Nice pass inside to Husky. Off the feed from Chong underneath right low block is good. And the Eagles have hit the double century mark. Mason King answers at the other end for the Braves, but they're still down big, 50-16. And we're going to have a loose ball foul on Fisher King, and he's fouled out. Well, they're going to call it on Jared Martin, his 4th, but Braves fans wanted to travel. Shot blocked underneath. Ryder Powell takes it away, drives the other way. Layup is good. They're going to count the basket and the foul on Husky. That's the first 2 for Ryder Powell. Free throw around and off front of the rim, no. Rebound Fisher King, reverses it, no. 2 for underneath. Powell, the putback is good. 50-20, Braves now within 30. Ryder Powell with 4 points on the possession. Chong to Augustus, back to Chong, way out on top. Augustus drives left hand, inside to Husky, left baseline. Out for Hartenstein for 3 is good. 53-20, Eagles up by 33. Martin, left side, Fisher King to answer. Rattles it home. Fisher King with 9, 53-23. Inside underneath to Hartenstein. Can't spin all the way around the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound knocked loose, out to Chong. Drives out near midcourt. Pulls up free throw line. Jumper just inside the free throw line center. The key is good, 55-23. Back the other way, Mason King for 3, or Ryder Powell for 3 is good. Braves get the lead under 30 now at 55-26. Ryder Powell now with 7 all in the third quarter. Apparently they say it's a long 2. Took a point off the board for Banks. So it is still a 30-point lead, 55-25. Augustus. Chong, good ball movement again. Hartenstein, left corner 3. High bounce side of the rim, no. Rebound Ryder Powell and a loose ball foul on Augustus. Braves already are in double digits in the quarter with 11. Still more than half the third quarter remain. Fisher King bumped. He's inside, has to be careful with 4 fouls. Ryder Powell for 3, no. Chase Tab, reach, no. Goes back up, scores. 55-27. Augustus, right wing. Tried to feed it to Husky, right low block, and threw it away. Husky trying to pretend like the ball was tipped, trying to save the possession, but nobody within 2 or 3 feet of where that ball was thrown. Fisher King tried to force it inside to Tab, and a loose ball foul on Chong. It won't be on Chong, it will be on Emmett Lee. Third 28-point lead for Westside Christian, so that will put us back into a regular clock situation. The inbound to Mason King, able to score at the basket. He has 8, 55-29. Emmett Lee double team, brings it back out near midcourt, pass tipped, stolen by Janicek, got away with a double dribble. Powell hooks a pass to Tab, a little bit too wild, goes back up, no. A little too hard, rimming out, and the rebound to the Eagles. Under 3 minutes, Chong, Jamay, and we're gonna have a timeout, Westside Christian. 2:48 to go in the third quarter. Banks making a little bit of a run here in the third quarter to try to make this game a little bit more respectable. They trailed by 32 at the half. It's down to 26 with 2:48 to go in the third quarter, 55-29. Eagles still on top.
Are you looking for a job with flexible hours, a way to support your community, or a first step toward a career in education? ESS has exciting substitute teacher and paraprofessional openings at schools throughout Eastern Yamhill, Columbia, and Washington counties. You'll enjoy creating your own schedule with weekly pay, ongoing training, and benefits. Begin your rewarding career in education by applying today at ess.com.
And we're back, 2:48 to go in the third quarter, following the timeout from Westside Christian, number 1 team in 3A boys basketball in the state of Oregon, leading by 26. They've led by as many as 30 plus. It was 32 at halftime, and I think at one point it was more than that. Lee to Hartenstein, over the top to Jamay, left wing. Jamay to Lee, one dribble over to Hartenstein for 3, fading away from the right corner, and not much you can do about that. 58-29. Eagles now doubling up. Banks, and we're going to loose ball foul on Hartenstein. Powell inbound against Hartenstein, next to his own bench, on top to Fisher King. Feeds Mason down low underneath, turns at the basket, pushes it off to the right. I'm not sure if they have had some issues with their vision or not, but enough missed layups underneath from both just about everybody on this Braves team to where at least those 2 close victories over Astoria, or 2 close losses against Astoria and Scappoose, to turn those into wins, and probably in the 8-point loss at St. Helens as well. 3 from Ryder Powell, right wing is an air ball, and the rebound saved by the Eagles. Hartenstein pushes, leaves it for Husky, throws up a wild layup attempt, no. Should have gone glass instead. Overshot everything, and C.J. Gary bumped hard by Chong. And that should put C.J. Gary at the line to shoot 2, with Nate Lyda coming in following the whistle. So Apparently they ruled that last three fading away from Jamay was only a 2. So score showing on the board is 57-29. Mason King will come out for the Braves. CJ Geary at the line shooting the double bonus for the Braves. Chong will come out likely for the remainder of the game. Free throw too hard. Chase Tab got away with an over the back and lays it up and in. 57-31. Jamay. Down low to Husky, left baseline. Cross-court pass. Wide open 3 for Emmett Lee. Around and out, no. And a loose ball foul on the shot. Fisher King. He is fouled out. Fisher King will foul out with 9 points. Mason King will come back in for him. Pat Marlia getting an explanation again as all 5 of Fisher King's fouls have come mostly on made baskets as the ball is going through the hoop. And that's probably cost Banks probably 10 to 12 points, if not more, in this contest. And a call for another foul again as the ball is in the air on an attempt from Jonty Palamaru for the Eagles. Free throw is well short, no good. Timeout Banks, 1:15 to go in the third quarter. Will be a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a quick breather as well. Try to pull my throat down. Hasn't been a lot to get excited about in this game, but a lot of action, especially from Westside Christian. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Wana Credit Union, every individual is unique, with different needs, different wants, and different goals. This is who we are, and we live here. Our families live here. Our friends live here. This is our home, because to us, you're not a number. You're an individual. Wana Credit Union. Individuals welcome.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media. Here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
Second free throw for Jonty Palamaru. Front of the rim and bounces through. 58-31. Westside Christian well in control. Tab picks up the dribble, hands to Powell. Left baseline jumper too hard. Rebound to Jamay ahead to Hartenstein and lays it up on a silly foul on Nate Lida, and that's going to be an and one. And the Eagles push the lead back to 30. 56 seconds left, third quarter. 61-31. Powell. The screen from Lida. Drives, hangs, and left it short. Rebound to Emmett Lee. Gary overplaying. Chong takes advantage. Won't drive all the way to the basket, though. Jamay connects right wing three. 64-31. Back the other way. Stolen by Westside Christian. Back the other way. Lay it up and in. Cole Chong, 66-31. Tab drives. Nice pass finding Mason King. Drives to the basket, lays it in. Leads all Braves with 10, 66-33. And we're going to get a loose ball foul on either Lida or Chase Tab. It will be on Nate Lida. 3.5 seconds left, third quarter. 66-33. Westside Christian doubling up the Braves. And Chong connects, 67-33. And three-quarter court heave from Powell is no good. And after three quarters, Banks had it under 30 on a couple of occasions in the third quarter, but Westside Christian again going on a little bit of a late run to push the lead to the largest of the games so far, 67-33 in favor of the Eagles. We'll be back with the final period. Should be a quick one with a running clock. We'll be back in just a moment.
Explore your world with Donna Mallard Hawkins at Infinity Escapes Travel. She's a Banks alum and can help you find great deals on cruises with Regent Seven Seas and discounts on guests with Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean. Want to stay ashore? Check out featured tours like National Parks of the American West, night tours of Croatia and Madagascar. Book your next vacation with Donna Mallard Hawkins and Infinity Escapes Travel, calling 823-634-8080 or visit infinityescapestravel.com.
And we're back, start of the fourth quarter. Westside Christian 7-2, leading the 2-7 Banks Braves handily, 67-33, start of the final period. Underneath to Husky, and we're going to get a loose ball foul late after the miss. I do not mean this in any sort of demeaning way, but Husky looks a lot like Scott Farkas from the Christmas movie, The Christmas Story. (68-33). First free throw is good from Husky. Second free throw is short. 68-33. The rebound to Mason King. Ryder Powell cutting baseline, left baseline corner, goes behind the back to Tab. Show and go, gives it to Martin. Cross court pass, right wing over to Mason King for three. Air ball grazes the front of the net, and we're going to get a loose ball foul on Westside Christian. For flop warning. I think that's what Marlia has been trying to discuss with the officials all game, that caused Fisher King to foul out. Now they start calling it the other way after Fisher King has already fouled out. Banks leading scorer. Foul the inbound to Mason King, to Martin. Drives to the basket, tries to, somehow high off the glass. I thought he faked the reverse, flipped it up and in, and is going to get fouled to boot. And Jared Martin with just his second field goal, 68-35. Foul will be on Palomaru, just his first. Gets the kind bounce off the front of the rim and spun around and fell down through the net, 68-36. 5 for Jarrett Martin. Chong, right wing. Chong on the step through, left it short off the strong side of the glass. Out to Tab, Janicek. Back to Tab inside. Nice pass to Mason King along the baseline. 3 from Ryder Powell. Block goes behind the backboard. Rebound to Janicek. Martin lost it on his way up, and the rebound out to Hartenstein again for the two-hand stuff, and we're going to have a tee for hanging on the rim. Nobody underneath him at the basket. He didn't have to protect himself. Nobody for him to fall on. Westside Christian fans to my left complaining about the technical foul call, saying that none should have been whistled for Hartenstein hanging on the rim, but there was nobody underneath him to force him to have to hang on the rim, which is why the technical was called. And Ryder Powell is going to shoot the technical for Banks at the other end and connects on the free throw. 68-37. Actually, 70-37 after the dunk. Not if he's following it, if he's underneath him, yes. You can follow somebody that's dunking the basketball. You just can't be underneath it. 70-38. Westside Christian, a 32-point lead. Timeout. 6:14 left. Powell hits both free throws after the technical. Ryder Powell now with 8. 70-38. 6:14 remaining. Timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Do you have your next vacation planned? Whether it's time for a cruise, weekend getaway, or a bucket list resort, let Lazy Hammock Travel in North Plains help you. Lazy Hammock Travel, your passport to relaxation. Call Jason Ackerman at 503-332-5571 or visit their website, lazyhammocktravel.com. Lazy Hammock Travel, proud sponsors of Banks Braves Athletics and American Legion Baseball on Westside Mobile Media.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics.
Hartenstein and Powell having a discussion, waiting for the inbound. Tab. Martin won't take the 3, left side top of the circle. Drives inside off the dribble, has a poked away, stolen, ball loose. Taken back by Janicek to Mason King, over to Martin, lays it up and in. And it's back to a 30-point lead for Westside Christian at 70-40. Back the other way, and Martin and Jamay go into the bleachers far side, trying to go after a loose ball. A foul will be on Jarrett Martin, his 5th, and he's fouled out. Three from Jamay. Looked online, just over and off, no good. Rebound to Tab. Braves want to push. Powell goes behind the back, flips it to himself, and threw it away. Ahead to Chong, under 5.5. Chong fadeaway jumper, no. Rebound to Mason King as it's strip ball loose, flips it ahead to number 21 now in the game for Banks. Not on the varsity roster. Ryder Powell for 3, connects. Ryder Powell with 11, 70-43. McKay Grossnickel is the new player in the game. Chase Tab save or steals, but tries to save it into the backcourt with nobody back there. Nice effort, but it's going to be a turnover back to Westside Christian.
27-point lead for the Eagles. 5 minutes left. Not sure why the clock is moving. It is under 30. Chong in the backcourt, double teamed at midcourt. Augustus for three, canned it. And now it is back to 30. (73-43). Powell to Tab. Tries to bounce a pass to Mason King, right low block. Stolen by Augustus. Flips it to Jamay, and the Eagles will slow it down. Back to Jamay from Chong. Augustus back to Chong, right wing corner is good. 76-43, and Westside Christian playing more like they're trying to reach 100 than keep this sportsmanlike. Inside to Tab for the layup. 76-45. And Westside Christian scores back at the other end, back to a 33-point lead. 78-45 is now all of a sudden this game has turned into a track meet after a layup from Mason King. Chong crosses the timeline. Augustus, Hartenstein, Jamay, Chong, Augustus, or Palamaru actually, from Augustus, back out, stolen by Ryder Powell. And he dunks it, and that's going to be the highlight of the game, maybe the highlight up to this point of the season for the Braves. Been a lot of talk about people wanting to see him dunk. He gets the one-hand stuff that time, but still, 31-point deficit, or 29-point deficit at 78-49. Inside underneath is good from Hartenstein, 80-49. Ryder Powell with 13. Powell and King going back and forth for team high honors. The gross nickel for long two, I think, left it well short, grazes the net. Jamay into the front court far side. Under 3 minutes. Left corner three from Augustus. That's short, no. Rebound tipped. Palamaru out on top to Chong for three. High bounce back rim, no. Rebound to Tab. And Chase Tab is going to get called for a foul. Under 2.5 minutes, 80-49 Braves. They'll drop to 2 and 8. Westside Christian will improve to 8 and 2. Kaplan Lipscomb now also in the game for the Braves. Behind the back, bad pass intended for Judah Kirkinen now in the game for the Eagles. Augustus drives on top. Now also in the game made Madge Pruski. Three from Jamay from the right corner is good, 83-49. Lipscomb underneath Chase. Tab connects left baseline, 83-51. Coming up on the final minute. Three from Jamay, no. Rebound loose, controlled by Augustus. Drives outside to Westside Christian, keeps the possession. Jamay drives inside, wide open layup for Kirkinen, 85-51. He scores off the bench. Under 45 seconds. A whistle on the drive as Powell tries to go inside. Light of the inbound and getting the kiss and the foul. Kaplan Lipscomb used very little off the bench, a chance at a three-point play, 85-53.
28.5 seconds remain. Short on the three-point play opportunity, though, and Westside Christian likely will dribble out the clock. Lattice in the game, near side to Adine Abedini. Bulls are just going to pass it around. Final 10 seconds. Final score. Westside Christian improves to 8-2. The young Banks Braves, with 3 freshmen on the varsity lineup, 2 amongst the starting 5, drop to 2-8 on the season. Final score: Banks 85, or Westside Christian 85, Banks 53. We will be off next week as far as broadcasts. Braves will be on the road at Rainier and at Corbett next Wednesday and Friday before returning home for Yamhill Carlton in the home league opener the following week. That'll do it for us. Final score: Banks in a 32-point defeat, 85-53 to number 1 Westside Christian. Ryder Powell finishes with 13 and Mason King with 12. For the Braves, Mason King fouled out early in the second half with 9. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast despite the loss. And we hope you join us again next time for another edition of Braves Basketball, as I believe January 13th, the Braves will host Yamhill Carlton as Coastal League play. Home opener gets underway January 13th. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Good night and God bless.